What's up guys, my name is Joey, you're watching Backpacker Brothers, and today we're going to talk about dry baking. So in our last video, we gave you guys a short introduction to backpacking food in general. And if you're a beginner and you haven't seen that yet, definitely go check that out. We'll link to it in the description below. In that video, we made a mention of something called dry baking, and we didn't really explain what that was, but we said we'd follow up with a video about that. So that's what we're going to do here today. Dry baking is basically this really cool way for you to get something fresh baked out on the trail. Now, like anything with backpacking, some people will take this to a pretty elaborate level, but what we're going to talk about today is the simplest way to do this. First, let's talk about the gear that you're going to need to do this. First, you'll need a cook kit. You should probably already have a cook kit with you on the trail, so no big deal. Second, you'll need some water. Again, you'll already have water with you on the trail. Third, you'll want to get some mix. So what Pete and I love to use are these simple, cheap, just add water mixes. You can pick packets like this up at the store for as cheap as $1, and you can get them at almost any retailer that sells food. Now the fourth item is the extra piece of gear that you're going to have to go pick up, and it is a small pan and then just something to stand it on inside your cook kit. Now this pan was actually specifically made for this purpose. I'll link to this down below. I've had this pan for a few years. It's sturdy, it's never failed me, and again, like I say, it was purpose built, so this is highly recommended. Now, I have searched other stores, retailers online, and it's actually really hard to get a pan that is this small, and it's either not going to be too wide or too tall. So the key to these mixes is that they are just add water mixes. Now, there are some also that will say just add milk, or they will give you the option of water or milk, but that's just fine because you can actually buy this powdered milk at the store as well, and then just add a little bit of that to the mix. Okay, so you've got the gear, you've got the mixes, you're ready to prepare this for the trail. What I like to do is just get some Ziploc bags, and then I open up the packs, measure out how much I want. So let's say this can make 6 muffins. Well, usually I'll put about 1/3 of it per serving because, you know, you're going to want more than like one tiny little muffin, which is what these make. So I'll measure that out, I'll put that into a Ziploc bag. If I'm going to add any of the milk, I'll do the same with that and put it in the bag with the mixture, and then I seal it up and I'm ready to go. So then when you're on the trail, you've got your mixture in here, and you can even add the water directly into the bag itself, mix it up, and then put that into the pan and you're ready to go. Now, one thing I will mention is that it's a really good idea to either bring just a little bit of butter with you. Single butter packets from diners and things like that are kind of a cool little trick for this. Or a small little container of some canola oil, something like that, because you're going to want to put something on the inside of this just before you put in the batter and go to baking, just so that it's not going to stick to the pan and leave you with a mess that's really hard to clean up. So let's get right into it. Let's bake something, and let's see how well this works.